Hello guys, it's Toby here from Smart Business Coaching. Welcome to 2024. I hope you had a good break over Christmas. I know I'm getting back into things now. This video here is to show you how to kickstart your 2024 so you can make it your best year ever by starting off with putting a plan together. I'll go through the kind of template I use with my clients. I will put a link below the video, so if you want a copy of it, you can grab your own copy of that template too, so you can start planning your year. Putting a plan in place is a really important step in your business, and there's a number of reasons for that. I'm sure you've heard the saying, failing to plan is planning to fail, and that's very true as well. You do need to plan, but there is some psychological reasons and just little hacks that help you be more motivated, be more successful by having a plan. And what I found is, and I've literally spoke to somebody on Friday, and a business owner who I'm meeting next week, who's in exactly the same position. And I see this a lot, where I start working with business owners who are feeling a bit burnt out, lack motivation, and feel stuck. And that's because they've been kind of going around in circles for a while, just treading water, just trying to keep up with everything. And what I found that really does help, and I had a client who had this, and this was a few years ago now, and this is the example I used with the potential client I was speaking to on Friday, was that she came to me, she felt stuck, she had enough, she was bored, she didn't know if she wanted to do it anymore, and she was a bit stuck, a bit burnt out, fed up with dealing with the stuff she had to deal with. So part of what we did from a coaching point of view is we always start by reviewing and setting up a plan. So going through this process I'm going to show you. Because what that does is it helps to grab you by the neck and kind of pull you up and look a bit further ahead in your business to where you want to be in, say, 3-5 years time from now. To get an understanding of, okay, I don't want to just look at the day to day, this is where I'm heading. This is what I want. And what tends to happen is when you do that, it starts to excite you. It's like, well, yeah, I really want that. And you start to get your mojo back again. You get motivated again. Because you start thinking, okay, that's something I want. I've just finished reading a book. Yeah, I did grab it over Christmas, which is a great book. And it says, The Way We're Working Isn't Working. It's quite an old book now, but it's really about energy management. And there's some really good tools in there and tips in there to manage your energy. But one of the key things it says is you need a purpose. So when it talks about the physical, the food, the health, looking after yourself, sleep, all of that stuff. But then also it talks about what they call the spiritual. But part of the spiritual is having a purpose, of having something to aim for. By having a 3-year plan, it gives us something to aim for. And that gives us motivation to get through the crap of today if we know we're aiming for something better. And I've seen this time and time again with clients, and it's happened to this lady as well, is they suddenly get their mojo back again and they get motivated because they get excited about what that future looks like. The other key thing as well that keeps us motivated is when we can see we're making progress towards something. So that gives us a dopamine hit. And if you ever want to learn about dopamine, Huberman on YouTube, he's a professor at one of the leading American universities. Really interesting guy, but he talks about dopamine a lot and motivation and how dopamine reacts and helps us with that motivation. But one of the key things that happens is that when we're making progress towards something, we feel good. We get that hit of dopamine. And it is actually what makes us happy. Achieving the goal makes us happy for a very short period of time, then it's gone. The motivation's gone and you go, okay, what's next? Working towards something and seeing that you're making progress reinvigorates you and gets you motivated and keeps you going more. You get that dopamine hit, it feels good, you want to do that again. So you start getting progress. One thing Huberman says, which I think is really good, and I took from it, is that you need to earn your dopamine. They don't just jump on your phone and scroll through Instagram shorts to get your dopamine. Earn it. Earn it. Do something of value that's working towards your plan and where you want to go, so you can step back and feel good. And when you step back and feel good, you can have a break. You can scroll by all means and have a break. Renew yourself from an energy point of view, but you'll feel good because you've earned that dopamine. That's really silly a few months ago. So I needed to apply for my Australian passport for the first time. I'm now a citizen. and I need to go get my Australian passport. It's something I've been putting off for ages. It's just like, oh, it's all just too hard. And I sat there and I did it. And I went to the post office, did the queued up. I felt really stressed still about it. And I thought, come on, how good am I going to feel once it's done? And I felt great once I'd done it. It's a tiny little achievement in the scheme of things, but it's just something that I don't get to very often. I'm not very good at that admin type stuff. So when I did it, I really felt like I earned my dopamine hit from doing it, and it felt good. And actually that was tied to a bigger goal that I've got for this year, where I need my passport for, so I knew I'd made progress towards it. That's what made me feel good. And then that gets you on to the next thing. What else can I do to feel good? What else can I do to sort something out? So it's a really good trick or hack, or it's not even really a hack, it's just the way the mind works. And that starts by us first and foremost sitting down and go, okay, well, what do I want from this year? And even looking a bit further ahead and go, what do I want for 3 years' time or 6 years' time from now? I've spent some time over this Christmas break. I've reviewed my goals. I've written down my goals for, okay, and I've got a bit of a 6-year plan. So this is where I want to be in 6 years. This is what's going to happen over the next 12 months. This is what I want to do. And this is what I need to do right now. And I've started working on that. And you need to do the same too. If you set yourself up properly to do that, your 2024 will be fantastic. And you'll set yourself up ready to go and move yourself ahead beyond 2024 as well. So that's my pitch of why planning is important. I don't think that's really taught very well. People just say your planning is important because you need to know what you're going to do. But that's why. It gives you that sense of motivation, or gives you an internal motivation and energy that you might be lacking right now. Let me just show you though the template that I use and go through what I do so you can understand what you need to do for yourself as well. And then, like I say, if you want a copy of this, I'll put a link below the video so you can grab a copy of it. But the key things here is what I do, is I'll zoom in a bit further, is start off with a longer vision. Okay, where do I want to be in 3 years or 5 years time from now? Now this time frame, you can choose whatever suits you. I've just chosen 6 years because that suits my life and where I'm at, where I want to be in that time frame. I've gone for more 3 years with clients now just because things change so quickly and so much that 3 years isn't too long. But decide on your time frame. And then you want to go, okay, let's look at big picture. And what I'm doing here is I'm looking at the business. Obviously, I'm focusing from a business point of view, but it comes from your personal life first. So you want to understand where you want to be personally. But that's the stuff that would excite you as well. So like one of my goals for this 12 months is to do up my office. So I want to renovate my office and turn it into something a bit more special. That excites me quite a bit. There's things I need to do to get there. And I'm excited about that because I live in my office. I love my office. So I'm quite excited about that. So that means now I'm excited for the year and I'm excited to do the things I need to do to get that done. But my longer term goal is to get the whole house renovated that I live in. So I'm breaking that down. Okay, and then my 3 year or my 6 year goal is I want to renovate some of the other areas of the house as well. But that's what we need to do here. Set your own time frame. We're focused on business, but you need to focus on your personal first. So where do you want to be personally? There's things that in your life that personally excite you. So from a financial goal point of view, when do you want to get your home loan paid off? What investments you want to make? What do you want that to look like in 12 months, 3 years time? Those types of things. And we talk about this as well, the role you want to play in your business too. But some of the questions on here then are, what revenue would you like to achieve? What role would you like to be playing in the business? This is really important to understand exactly the role you want to be playing. Quite often, you're playing multiple roles, and that's part of the reason why you're feeling burnt out as well. If you can say, okay, well, I enjoy doing this part of my business, I want to get other people to do the other things. So if you understand that's what you want to be doing, then you can work out how to get there. Don't worry about the how too much when you fill this out. Because some people are not good at thinking long term, or are not good thinking without thinking the strategy. Don't worry about strategy now, just worry about, okay, this is what I want. This is what I would really like. What other key roles will there be to be filled? This is your org chart, your key roles in the business, core systems that we need to be developed, what you're selling, who you're selling to, what will get them to buy, what brand building strategies you have in place for your business, what key marketing strategies you have in place for your business, what sales strategies you have in your business, key financial reports you need in your business. This is all business stuff. It gives you an idea of, okay, this is what I want the business to look like in 3 or 5 years' time. This is what I want to hear. Now you do the same for your personal life as well. Then your 12-month goals. Okay, to get there, what do I need to be? What position do I need to be in 12 months' time? So start with what revenue do you want to achieve in the next 12 months? What profit would you like to achieve in the next 12 months? What are the key projects that need to be done to get us to the 3 or 5 year goal? Now, if you've got a team around you, and I've got a client that we're meeting up next week to do the planning for 2024, and we've got the basis of a management team for those guys. So they will be involved in that planning process, and they will all have key projects that they need to work on. Obviously, we'll be checking in on a regular basis. So it's not all about you doing all the work. If you've got team members there already, you can assign them these projects. But you need to identify what those projects are. If you are thinking these are key team members that are going to be part of your management team, get them involved in the planning process as well. But identify those key projects that you want to work on, get some detail around that. Then you want to break that down to, okay, well, what do we need to do in the next 90 days? This is in your action plan for what needs to happen in the next 90 days. The key project details, you break that down into tasks and to an action plan of what exactly you need to do. And then at the end of the 90 days, you can review that, set your 90-day goals for the next 90 days. It's pretty simple, but it's pretty important that you get that right. It's really useful for you to understand where that is. I know with myself and with my clients, I'll often review my 3, 5, 6 year plan, 12-month plan on a regular basis. So I'll just check in, have a look at it. And what I'm doing when I'm looking at it is I'm getting excited about it. And that's upping my motivation to keep going and to keep doing the stuff I need to get done that at times I don't want to, I don't feel like doing. But it re-energizes you and keeps you going. So it's really important you do that. Like I say, if you want a copy of that document, I'll put a link below. If you want some help putting a plan together for your business, there's a link below where you can book in a call with me and we can have a chat. And if you like this content and you want some more training, please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Cheers. Bye.